So I just want to talk a little bit about the 9 major animal phyla. I know a few of you guys are in zoology. I think you're invertebrates, so this will be a little different than what you're used to. But so a phylum in general is kind of one of the upper levels of taxonomy. And so all living organisms are classified through taxonomy, which is kind of like a systematic classification scheme. And so what's most popularly used is Linnaean taxonomy. I think it's from Carl Linnaeus, I believe is his name. So this goes back a while, and it's kind of getting phased out of use right now, but I'm sure that's what most of you have learned in high school, if you did any kind of taxonomy at all, or zoology, things like that. I know that's what I had as well. So there's a few different levels. Most people have heard of the animal kingdom. I know there's animal kingdom in Disney World and things like that. So that's a direct reference to Carl Linnaeus' taxonomy scheme. So you have kingdoms, phylums, classes, orders, families, genera, or a genus, and then a species. So just a nice little phrase I used to learn this one in high school and kind of keep it fresh is King Philip came over from Germany sadly. I've used that one for a while, and it doesn't even really make that much sense, but it's been stuck in my head for years. So it's kind of a nice one to remember that by. Again, that's King Philip came over from Germany sadly. So there's 3 kingdoms, and everything we'll be talking about is just in the animal kingdom. So there's 9 major animal phyla, 8 of which are exclusively invertebrate, and then 1 of which is a bit invertebrate, but mostly vertebrate. So that's what all you guys will be working with. And so first there's poriferans, and those are sponges, phylum Porifera. So these are sponges, and pretty much, yeah, just exclusively sponges. There's Cnidaria, which is, these are like jellyfish, sea anemones, coral, things like that. There are platyhelminths, which are flatworms. So this is phylum Platyhelminthes. And those are, yeah, again, flatworms, like planaria, things like that. There's mollusks, and so these are a variety of animals, anything from like an octopus, squid, so those would be cephalopods, and those would be like in classes, for example. There's snails, slugs, oysters, clams, that kind of thing. There's annelids, phylum Annelida, and these are segmented worms, so like an earthworm, for example, or a tapeworm. And then there's nematodes, so these are much smaller roundworms, largely parasitic. And then there's arthropods, which are the most abundant by far. And so these include insects, crustaceans, so like chelicerates, like lobsters and crabs, insects, arachnids, things of that nature. Poda, I don't know, here. Then there's echinoderms, which are starfish, sea urchins, things like that, which all have pentameral symmetry, so 5-way radial symmetry. Echinoderms, and then chordata is the last one, and that so that is where vertebrates are. And they're not all vertebrates, but class vertebrata is the big one there for those of you in vertebrate zoology. So with these are the 9 major animal phyla, and the evolutionary history and relationships between them can be done a few different ways. You guys have probably seen like a phylogenetic tree or something like that, and that's based on specifically like their DNA relation. But in zoology, we use a lot of cladograms or cladistics, and so that you physically draw out relationships based on shared derived characteristics. So the cladogram to show the relationship between these would be as follows. And I'm just going to number them for the sake of time. So you've got that worked out. So with these, you've got a few different clades that you can make from these. So first off, this is an example of a cladogram. So all of these, this is Kingdom Animalia again, and they have all share a common ancestor that would be right about here. So this would be all other shared ancestors beyond this with like plants and fungi and things like that. But right here, this would be the last common ancestor that all of these organisms share. And so then you can make clades based on further similarities. So the clade of all of these, for example, excluding peripherans, that would be eumetazoa, or true animals, and those are things that have true tissue or germ layers. There's bilateria, which would be all of these, so everything over here, and those all have bilateral symmetry. And there would be protostomes and deuterostomes. You guys might have heard that before. So that refers to, in development, whether or not the blastopore develops into either the mouth or the anus, the mouth being protostomes, the anus being deuterostomes. So all of these would be clade deuterostomia, and then all of these would be clade protostomia. So as you can see, there's tons of ways you can divide these up into all different kinds of clades and groupings based on characteristics. So like all of these, right here would be the first animal with a protostome. That's Clitostome.